If you're a wholesaler or flipper trying to take your business to the next level, we all know that the fortune is in the follow-up. And if you are trying to grow to the 7-figure level, usually 30 to 40% of your deals should come from follow-up. If you're not getting 30 to 40% of your deals from follow-up, this video is going to help you put the follow-up systems in place so that you can scale that business. So typically, as a wholesaling company, 30 to 40% of your deals should come from follow-up. Now, I know this seems like a lot, but just due to the nature of our business, we have leads that come into our business that are all on different selling timelines. So they come in at different stages of the sales cycle, where some people are ready to sell right now, some people are ready to sell 2 months from now, some people are ready to sell 6 months from now. And if we don't have the proper follow-up sequences in place, then a lot of these leads that come into our business that are not ready to sell today will fall through the cracks. So we want to make sure that when a lead comes in, we don't have any leads falling through the cracks, and we have incredible follow-up sequences that are going to capture these leads and capitalize on these leads 3 months from now, 6 months from now, when they are ready to sell. So the first type of follow-up sequence that you want to have in your business is going to be your manual follow-up system. So your manual follow-up system is going to be used by your lead managers. It's going to be used by your acquisition reps. And with your manual follow-up system, typically if you have a CRM, you're able to put in notification reminders and a notification of when to follow up with a lead. So with a manual follow-up system, this is after we have spoken to the lead. So if we speak to a lead and they are not ready to sell their house right now, we want to put them into manual follow-up. And we do this, we follow a sequence called BAMFAM, which stands for book a meeting from a meeting. So every time that we finish speaking to a lead, we want to establish when the next time we are going to communicate with that lead is. So every time we end a conversation, we're going to establish exactly when, the exact day, the exact time when we are going to communicate with that lead again, and what the agenda of the next meeting is going to be. Typically what we're going to do is we're going to book that meeting within a calendar invitation. We're also going to plug that into our CRM. We're going to put a notification reminder to notify us to follow up with that lead on that day. So this is called a BAMFAM follow-up sequence. That stands for book a meeting from a meeting. The second type of follow-up sequence that we want to put in place is automated follow-up sequence. So this is where when a lead comes in, if you're not able to get a hold of them, or if you're just putting them into long-term follow-up, then you're going to put them into an automated follow-up sequence. So this is where it'll use a combination of email and text messages. Sometimes you can use RVMs as well. And this is usually built into your CRM. The type of CRM that I use is called ReSimpli, that is ReSimpli.com. And I will include a link in the description below if you want 50% off your first month with ReSimpli. That's the exact CRM that I use. They have built-in follow-up sequences inside of that CRM. Now, the next type of follow-up sequence that you want to follow is applied to new leads as they come in. So as new leads come in, one of the problems that we have as wholesalers is, as new leads come in, let's say you have outbound cold callers who are doing the dialing for you, they kick over the lead through a lead form. Well, as you reach out to the lead, a lot of the times we are not able to get a hold of that lead whenever we first call them. So we want to have a very systematic sequence that we are following in order to get a hold of these leads as they come into our business. So the type of sequence that I follow for new leads as they come in order to book appointments with them is a sequence that follows this cadence. So the cadence that we follow is we call the leads 3 times per day in the first 3 days that they come into the system. Then we move to 3 times per week for the next 4 weeks. Then we move into 1 time per week for the next 4 weeks. And then after that, we are following up with the leads 1 time per month indefinitely. We want to follow up with that lead until they tell us to stop calling them, or they've told us that the house is already sold. And even then, we're probably going to ask them if they know anybody else who is ready to sell their house. So these are the type of follow-up sequences that we follow. And this is how we are able to get 30 to 40% of our deals from follow-up, by following these sequences. So take these, apply these to your business, and start capturing some of those deals that have been falling through the cracks. Hey, if you're looking for help growing your real estate business, I have attached some free resources for you in the description below. Go check them out. And if you haven't, click the like button and click the subscribe button so that you get notified of the new videos that are coming out every single week.